Hey, my dear fishing friends. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for all things angling. Today, we're diving deep into the bite forecast for a really interesting day, January 3rd, 2026. This isn't just any winter day, friends. It's the day of the full moon, also known as the magnificent wolf moon. And let me tell you, that makes things extra special, adding another layer to our cold weather strategy. We've got winter conditions across much of the vast USA, which means patience and precision are going to be our best friends. But don't you worry, I've got all the secrets to turn a challenging day into a triumph. Get ready to learn why this particular full moon on a winter Saturday might just surprise you, with fish concentrated and ready to strike for those who know the tricks. Now let's talk brass tacks. What's biting and how do we catch M? Based on the conditions we're seeing for the USA, here are my top picks for species and winning tactics. First up, for my fellow largemouth bass enthusiasts, forget the shallow banks. Bass in early January are typically grouped up in deeper water, often holding tight to creek channels, hard points, and sharp drop-offs. Think depths of around 15 to 30 feet, especially where there's standing timber or the edge of a submerged grass line. My advice? Go slow. We're talking a slow-rolled jig with a craw trailer, a finesse worm on a shaky head, or a suspending jerkbait with long pauses. Remember, their metabolism is sluggish, so they won't chase aggressively. You need to put the bait right in front of their face and keep it there. And a little secret from my experience, the bite often picks up in the latter part of the day as the sun warms the water slightly. Next, for those who love a good fight, let's talk about walleye and crappie. These guys are definitely active in winter, but they're going deep. Look for walleye congregating near rock piles, deeper drop-offs and river channels. For crappie, submerged brush, timber structures, and bridge pilings in deeper water are your best bets. For both, vertical jigging is your friend. Small jigs, 1/8 to 1/16 of an ounce, tipped with a live minnow or a tiny, soft plastic grub, are absolute killers. Small spoons can also entice a reaction strike. Focus your efforts between 20 and 40 feet, slowly working your bait right through the schools you mark on your sonar. And let's not forget about our whiskered warriors, the catfish. January can actually offer some incredibly reliable catfishing, especially for blue and channel cats. They'll be holding on deep brush piles, submerged timber edges, and the lower sections of creek channels. Depths from 18 to 30 feet are common. Here's a pro tip. Anchoring just outside the main channel, positioning your boat so your baits land on the drop-off, is often more productive than drifting in cold water. For bait, you absolutely cannot beat fresh-cut shad, especially the heads. They put out a powerful scent trail in cold water. If shad are scarce, cut white perch works wonderfully as a substitute. Now let's break down the conditions and understand why the fish will be behaving this way. Weather-wise, January 3rd, 2026, across the vast US of A, presents a mixed bag, as is typical for winter. We're generally looking at cold temperatures. Some regions, like parts of California, could see continued rainfall with moderate winds, while others, such as the Tri-Cities, might experience near-freezing temperatures with a mix of rain, snow, or even fog. Atmospheric pressure trends can be a real game-changer. Stable, high pressure often means a more consistent bite, even if it's slow. Sharp pressure, drops or rises, however, can really shut things down, driving fish deeper and making them lethargic. Wind will also play a role. Strong winds, like the 30 to 50 mile per hour gusts expected in some areas, will make boat control challenging and push warmer surface water around, but they can also create current that triggers feeding. Water temperatures. Across the USA are, as you'd expect, pretty cold in early January. You'll find a huge range from the mid-70s in warmer coastal areas like Miami down to the low 40s or even freezing in many northern lakes and rivers. This cold water dramatically slows down the fish's metabolism, meaning they digest food slower, need less energy, and are generally less active. This is why they seek out deeper, more stable thermal refuges. These areas often have a more consistent temperature, even if it's only a few degrees warmer. As for the white moon phase, January 3rd is a full moon, the famous wolf moon. In fishing folklore, a full moon is a bit of a mixed bag. Some anglers swear by it, believing the increased lunar gravity and light can make fish more active, especially during dawn and dusk or even at night. Others find it makes the fish more cautious and harder to tempt during daylight hours, perhaps because they've been feeding under the bright moonlight all night. My take? It often means fish are feeding but might be holding deeper during the day, so definitely explore those depths. The moon sign is Cancer, which some believe enhances sensitivity, so a gentle presentation could be key. Overall fish activity for January 3rd, 2026, will largely be influenced by the cold water and winter patterns. We're looking at a generally active, capricious to medium-long bite. Fish are certainly catchable, but they'll be concentrated in specific areas, typically deeper, near structure, and close to bait fish. Their metabolism is slow, so presentations need to be subtle and unhurried. The key here is patience, precision, and understanding that when you find them, you might find a whole lot of them. Don't expect aggressive chases, rather look for subtle bites. So my friends, that's the lowdown for January 3rd, 2026. It's a day that calls for strategic thinking, patience, and a willingness to adapt. I wish you all bent rods and screaming reels. Remember to dress warm, stay safe, and always tell someone where you're going. May your lines be tight and your coolers be full. If you enjoyed this forecast, please hit that like button, subscribe for more tips, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing tactics and what species are you hoping to land this weekend? Tight lines, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one.